Hello, and today I'm going to be taking us through the EES software and showing you some of the new features that we've added in. So one of the first ones that I'd like to show you is actually on the Create Job page. We've now actually have the functionality to set up multiple different job categories. And what this means is they'll actually come up with the description, you'll select it, and that will actually fill out a prefix code for you and then an individual job number. So this can actually be easily switched and you can add these in as much as you would like, and you still actually have the functionality of over typing the job codes as well. So if this is actually something that you want to use so you can have the preset job codes a little bit more applicable for yourselves, it's really easy to set up. Just come down to the tools, system preferences, and then move across onto the miscellaneous tab. From here, all you need to do is make sure that you have the enable job number sequence categories all ticked, and basically this function is expanding off of the next job code to create within a bit more detail. So you just click on the setup job number sequence, and here you can see that you can fill in your descriptions for the names, and then you could input your prefix. I've used letters as an example. However, you aren't actually limited to this, you can input whatever you would like, and then you just have your individual job codes here on the right hand side. So you can sit in here and you can add as many of these in as you would like, but it is quite a nice, simple, easy function to use, and it's there if you need it. Okay, so moving on to the next function then is actually something that I want to use, which is the section structure template function. So what we're going to do for that is I'm just going to press the new button here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to use one of my pre-fills from the job category, and I'm going to press continue. So now what we've actually been able to do is we've made it a little bit easier for everyone to access the import section structure routine, and we've also given you the ability to export that and basically save your own section structure templates, which are these two new buttons that have appeared down here at the bottom. So what that means is I can actually have pre-made section templates which I can import at any stage just to actually fill in the job section structure here. So I'm just going to press the import section structure, and then I've actually saved all of mine in my import export folders. And I'm just going to come in here. As you can see, I've got a variety of them. I'm going to use this one and press open, and then here we are. There we go, and it's just imported all of this sectional structure for me. So I've got this all available, and basically you can go through and you can make any adjustments in which you'd like to. So for starters, I might just remove a couple of the third floors on a couple of aspects of things, and then I can actually just save this now as a completely different template, so I can use this one again in the future. So all you got to do for that one is press save section template, and then just rename it and save it wherever you would like. Like I said, I've made this particular folder of where I'd actually like these templates to be stored, but you can move these around as much as you would like. So it's a real nice helpful function if you do ever sort of want to use this a little bit more. It's definitely worth investigating into and setting up. Okay, so one of the other functions that we've actually made is very nice, sort of quick and easy one, and it is going to be suitable if you wanted to, say, for example, have the same client list both on the electrical as well as your mechanical database. It's really nice and simple to do. Just come up here to your customer file, and you'll see down here you have an import and export routine that you can run now. So you can simply come in here, export all of the clients from out of this particular database. I'm in the electrical, and then I could simply just use my and then we can simply just switch over onto the next database by shutting it down, loading it back up again, or using the select data function. And then all we do is go back to the exact same place and then just run the import rather than the export. And then that way you can have the exact same client list on both sets of your data options for yourself. That's going to make things really nice and easy, and it's going to save you from having to input multiple bits of information again and again. Right, now the other one is a little bit smaller, so but all it effectively does is tells the software, sorry, what screen it should be loading in when you load into the estimating software. So it can either load onto the standard screen that I'm on at the minute, or you can actually tell the software to basically move itself straight away onto the amend job screen, where obviously we've now got the create job button and everything else. So if you do want to turn on that setting, that is once again just in the tools and then system preferences on the miscellaneous default tab, and it's just over here on the right hand side. So by default it will be on the standard, stay on the main menu, but Like I said, you can get it to automatically load in onto the amend job screen for you. So it'll just save you a few clicks if you just really want to, as soon as you log in, to just get straight onto the project. Okay. So one of the sort of last things on this one, or one of the bigger things as well, is actually the changes that we've made to the cost code functionality. So if cost codes is actually something that you're all interested in, by the way, simply just go to the cost codes tab, turn on cost codes there. You can actually do it by markup, and we can do various different types of export, but that's not what I'm here to show you. So what I'm going to be showing us is in the setup tools option, and it is in the types here for the cost codes basically. So we have made adjustments to how cost codes are inputted into the estimating. So you still have the same functionality that's always been there, with being able to apply them either to the component types, the manufacturer types, or on individual component level once you're in a project. What we've done, however, though, is made it a lot easier. So any cost codes that are actually inputted into your database, you can now just view them through the drop-down menu and simply go through and assign the various different and sign your various different cost codes and however they're all created. So that will include the description that you've given it and the actual cost code reference. Now, all of these sort of cost code descriptions and references are just down here in the cost code descriptions box, where you can where you can simply come in and even manually add in any of this information, as well as the functionality to import and export. So you could actually export the list that's already there, add everything you would like in through Excel, and then simply import it back into the software. And then all you would have to do is go to your types and then start actually assigning the various different cost codes just in the drop down menu, which is as simple as looking at what type of material it is. So in my instance, it's adaptable boxes, and then I just come in here and then I just assign it to whichever one which I think is going to be most applicable to. So these are completely customizable, and you can do the exact same sort of thing with your free types as well. You can actually preset what you want your cost code free types to be. So for example, I always want cable to go into my cost code category of cable. So they're really nice and easy to set up. Now let me show you what they're actually like when you are in a project. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm just going to create a new one using the same function as earlier, and I'll move it forward. Now that we're actually here, then I'll go through and I will add in a I'll try and add on a product that actually has some in there. So I'm going to go for my Prism general wiring, general wiring. I believe this one, yep, there we go. That has actually got my individual cost codes already set up in here. So I can easily go through and add those ones in, and they just show up here at the end, and you can see there it actually does come up with the description as well as the code. So it's really easy to see which cost code this has actually been entered in against. And please always remember, you can actually drag your cost code categories around if you would like to move it to, say, more towards the start of the grid rather than in at the end of the grid, as well as being able to resize that also. And if you would actually like to sort of change what cost code this has actually been associated to, you can actually change it down at component level as previously stated. Simply give it a double click. That will open up into this menu, in which you can then proceed to go through and decide which one you'd like it to be. So I know this isn't necessarily the correct one, but just for the reference of what we're doing, I'm going to change it to MO14. And there we are. That's now under the alarms and security cost code. The same thing can also be done once you are in this menu here as well. All you would simply have to do is double click on the cost code itself, and then you can actually go through and set it up there as well. So it's really easy to go through and do it. And that's going to be the same if you have a product. Try and find something that doesn't have a cost code set up. There we go. I could do the exact same thing here. Just give it a few clicks and I'm back straight into my drop down menu to assign whichever cost code that I would like. And if you would actually like to go through cost codes in greater detail, or any of the new functions that we've shown you today, then please don't hesitate to get in contact. Cheers. Bye.